Welcome to stayfdraws. In this video I'm going to do a walk cycle in Procreate. I'm just going to use 8 frames to do a very simple walk cycle, and it's going to look a little bit like this. I made another video and I'll leave a link in the description box down below. Just tap on it, then you see the basics of doing an animated GIF in Procreate. But let's first start out with making this animation possible. This is the whole setup, but I'm just gonna start out from the beginning. So I'm gonna open up a new canvas, and the canvas is going to be 1920 by 1080. And I already made a default of that size. That's HD video size. Next thing I'm going to do, because you need some guides if you're going to do an animation in Procreate. So I'm first going to make a drawing guide. You can do that by pressing on drawing guide or toggle it on and then press on edit drawing guide. I'm going to use the 2D grid, and I'm going to set the grid size, and you can set the grid size here with the slider, or you can just type it in. Then first you need to backspace it, and I need 80 pixels. Then press on done, and here you can change the color of your grid. I'm gonna set it to blue, and then press on done in the upper right corner. What I'm now first going to do, because I have only one layer set, and I'm going to use layer 1 as a guide. So I'm going to use this as the top view and this one as the lower view. This is where the feet will be, and this is where the head will be of the character. And somewhere in the middle there are the hips of the character. Now I'm going to create a new layer, and that's going to be the first layer. And for a drawing cycle you have you can do it in two different ways. You can do it straight ahead or just plan it out. In this animation I'm just going to plan it out, because in Procreate you don't have a timeline where you can use onion skin and see what you've drawn before and check out the animation along the way. You have to use the layers, because each layer is a keyframe in the animation. So I'm gonna set layer 1 on top, and on this one I'm going to draw the first pose of the character, and I'm just going to use the 6B pencil. The first pose is the contact pose, and that's the contact a character makes when I'm gonna set this one to multiply so that you can see underneath. I'm first going to draw the contact pose, and it's a very simple character I'm going to draw. And the contact pose is where the character has both feet on the ground. So I'm first going to draw the front leg, and the front leg is gonna hit the ground up here, and the back leg I'm going to do in black, so you know the difference from the front leg and the leg on the back, and that's going to be up here. An interesting thing about a general or a basic walk cycle is that the arms are the other way around. So this front leg is in the front, so this arm is going to be on the opposite side. And the same goes for the back arm. So this is the first pose and this is the contact pose. There is no onion skin in Procreate, but you can create your own by just creating a new layer, then select white and use drop color to drop it in, and then set it to like 50%, and in that way you also know on which layer you're animating or making the new drawing. So I'm gonna create a new layer on top, and that's going to be the passing pose. I'm gonna draw it in another color. I'm gonna draw it in red, and the passing position of a character is where the leg is going to be straight up. So I'm first going to draw in the leg. And now, because you have sort of an onion skin, you know, you can draw on top of it and just see the rest of the other drawing you already did. And this is going to be, the head is going to be a little bit up because the leg is straight up, and the other leg, the behind leg, I'm just going to draw in, and it's going to leave the ground like this. And the front arm is also going to be straight, and it's always good, you know, to draw in some guides so that the hand is going to be in the same position, and never draw it straight like this, because arms and tails and other things like that just move in circles. And the back arm is going to be up here. Now I'm going to draw the next pose. That's going to be the down pose, and that's in between the, I'm just going to write here passing position, and now I'm going to draw them in between. So I'm going to draw the down position. So I'm gonna set this layer I just have drawn to 50%, and I'm going to draw the down position after the contact position. I'm gonna choose another color, maybe blue, just to see the difference. And when you turn on the passing position, you know, you have to draw them in between. And the down position is a little bit lower because the character is going downwards with his foot. So you have to draw everything. Also the hips are going to be more in the downward position, and the front foot is going to be flat. So the weight of the character is on the front leg, and the behind leg is going to be stretched out a little bit more. And for the arms, this arm is going to stretch out even more than this one. And also the back arm is going to stretch out a little bit more. The next position I'm going to draw is the up position, and that's coming after the passing position. So I'm going to turn off the other layers, and I'm going to create a new layer for the up position, and I'm going to draw that one in green. And the head is going to be up here. I have to turn on the right layer. So you always have to make sure that you're on the right layer, because this is the passing position, and I'm going to draw the up position. And it's going to be higher than the passing position. And the front leg is going to be stretched out like this. And the back leg is going to make a position that it's, going to contact the ground. The arm is going to be a little bit, the front arm is going to be in this position, and back arm you will see a little bit behind the back of the character. So now you can already check the animation, and it's just the walk cycle on one leg. So I have to turn up the opacity for this layer, and I'm just going to check it by going to the Actions tab, Share, and then Animated GIF. So this is the animation with all the front legs. And what you now can do, because I'm going to name them, so this is the contact, down, passing position, and up. So what you can do is, draw the rest of the positions, but you can also do a shortcut. And I'm just going to duplicate the contact position first, because that's coming after up. Just gonna slide it to the left, duplicate, and then put it on top of the up position. I'm just going to slide this layer with the white between it. And another great feature in Procreate is that you can, single out a layer by just pressing on this button, and then you have only the layer selected you're working on. So now I have duplicated the contact position, but I need to change it around. So what I do as a shortcut is first erase the back leg and the back arm, and this is going to be the front. And the other way around. So now you have a contact position the other way around, and this is going to be the front arm, the front leg, and this is going to be the back leg. And it's always the other way around. So if the back leg is in the front, the back arm is in the back of the character. So now I'm going to do the same with the down position. So duplicate it and then put it on top. Choose the same color and erase the back. So the back leg is going to be the front leg and vice versa. Just erase this part. I'm going to do the same with the passing position. Duplicate it, put it on top, select it, and select the red color. Erase the back arm, the back leg. This is going to be in front and this is going to be in the back, so you won't see it. So drawing the front arm, I have to erase this part. And the last position I'm going to draw is or duplicate is the up layer. I'll select green. So this is going to be the front leg. Erase this one. This is the back leg. And this is going to be the front arm. So now we can check the animation. And here you have a simple walk cycle using the animated GIF option in Procreate. And this is the final setup. So I'm going to delete this layer because I don't need it anymore. Now it has all kinds of colors, so when you check it as an animated GIF, you see that all the colors are popping and there's still some text in it, so I'm just going to clean it up. So I'm just going to deselect this one. What you also can do is, make it one color, so I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit here. And I'm going to use the alpha lock to make all of the drawings in black. So I'm going to select one of the biggest brushes in Procreate, which is the soft brush you can find in the airbrushing brush set, and I'm just going to make it black, because when you use alpha lock you can paint within the drawing, make it all black. So swipe to the right then you created alpha lock. And just gonna single it out because I still have to clean it up a little bit. And now you can, save your animation as an animated GIF or an animated PNG or an animated MP4. Just gonna select animated GIF or GIF, set the frames per second to 8, and then render it with full resolution. And now you can choose where you want to save this image. So I'm gonna save it to my photos library. And I can now check it. So this is how you can make a simple walk cycle in Procreate. If you want me to do more video tutorials about animating in Procreate, please let me know in the comments down below. Drawing is fun and practice makes perfect. See you next time. Doodles!